Hello buddy, welcome back to another video. And in this video I'm going to be showing you all the additions, changes and fixes in Minecraft 1.18 Experimental Snapshot 6. So if you like Minecraft videos like this one, then please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Minecraft 1.8 videos like this one. And if you want to know more about the Minecraft 1.8 news over the last week, I uploaded a video earlier today. I will link in the top right hand side of your screen going over all the developer tweets of the last week. So check that out after this video. And before we go into all the changes in this new snapshot, I have to mention this beautiful birch tree that is generated here in a meadow. What is it doing here? Why is it so tall? I mean, there's a tall birch forest all the way over there. That's true. See, there's a tall birch forest. But then all the way at the other end of this beautiful meadow with two different colors of flowers, there's a singular tall birch tree. Very lonely. But anyway, let's get into the changes compared to Experimental Snapshot 5. So first of all, they tweaked the placement of the new mountain biomes, so they matched the mountain terrain and the temperature better. Grove and snowy slopes are less likely to generate on mountain peaks, and in cold climates, these biomes, so the grove and the snowy slopes, will generate lower down, while in the hot biomes they will generate higher up. So here we see a grove generate in a cold biome, it's pretty low down, but in hot biomes these groves will generate higher up, which makes sense since the temperature is higher, and the higher you go in a world, the colder it should get. And since it would be a hot biome, the ground would be hotter than in a cold biome, and thus you would need to go up higher before you reach a certain temperature where you can add the mountain grove, which makes it a little bit more realistic, which I like, and also a bit more dynamic. Then furthermore, they also tweaked the biome placement to reduce the risk of cold microbiomes, such as splotches of snowy tundra in the middle of a forest. They call this a bird poop microbiome. Beautiful. We also saw this in a tweet I mentioned in the video I released earlier today. So they also say it can still happen, but not as often as in the previous experimental snapshot. Furthermore, they fixed an accidental change from the last snapshot that made lush caves smaller and more fragmented, and they should now be as common as in snapshot 4 again. So let's go underground to see this. Alright, well, this is probably the worst example of this we could have ever found, because this is the lush cave. There's a couple of blocks there, a couple of blocks there, a couple of blocks here, and that's everything. But further down here, yeah, this is better. It's still not great. I don't like these individual lush caves, just in the normal sort of caves. I do like this though, this looks pretty nice. But something I would much rather see is something like the dripstone caves, right? So these dripstone caves generate in these huge open areas, and you can see all the dripstone going through. I think this generation is way better than the lush cave generation, but of course, these are experimental snapshots, this could all still change. And what is this? What? This is just a beam of stone that goes all the way to the bottom of the world. Alright, then next, the giant tree taiga and giant spruce taiga biomes no longer count as cold climates from a biome placement perspective. So these biomes are less likely to be mixed in with snowy biomes. It can still happen, like right over here, there's lots of snowy biomes next to the giant tree taiga, but it will be less common for this to occur. Then next, they reduced the number of water springs, so that's a water source generating like this, slightly, so we should see a couple less of these, which I really like those, so I would really like to see those more, because look at this, there's just one when I look around here, which I don't think is enough. Also, look at this, an azalea tree spawned right here. Is there a lush cave below? Yes. I'm not quite sure if this was already in previous experimental snapshots, but it's here now, so lush cave trees can generate now in your world at least, with some rooted dirt at the bottom, and below is a lush cave. Even though you might not even get to it when you dig down next to it, because this is what you would see if you go straight down. You might intersect with this part, but that's also a very small part, so yeah, really would like a lush cave overhaul right there. Then next, they increased the number of magma blocks that generate in aquifers, so you can get a little bit more air when traveling through them. Then next, they say that the ocean floors should be cavier. Aquifers under oceans/rivers are more likely to link to the underground. This means that you are more likely to find cave openings in ocean floors that actually lead somewhere instead of being cut off. So let's see if this is actually true. So there's a beautiful cave entrance right here. We can go in, we can go down here. Look at this, you can go all the way down here. And I guess you could mine down into this cave. Looking good already. And if instead we follow this cave all the way down here, yes. Oh, look at this. Yeah, we can get some air here with the magma blocks. Travel further. And get out into a beautiful cave right here. Yeah, that's amazing. So that's what Henrik has been working on, as we've seen from the developer tweets. where you can go into the ocean or into a river, into a cave, and come out of a different cave. That's beautiful. And they also say that underwater ravines are back. Cave carvers can now carve through sand and gravel on ocean floor, so underwater ravines and caves will no longer be hidden under a layer of gravel or sand. As opposed to Minecraft 1.17, we no longer use a specific carver for underwater ruins. We just use normal noise caves and carvers, but on ocean floors. So the underwater ravines won't look exactly the same as in 1.17, but we get a lot more of natural variation. Magma may still generate in them, as with all flooded caves. So yeah, we probably won't be seeing the actual ocean ravines back in 1.18, but here we have an example of a ravine, I think. So yeah, in 1.17, these would be filled with a layer of obsidian and magma blocks. So you probably won't be seeing that again in 1.18. But of course, magma blocks can still generate in them, like in all of the different underwater caves. Alright. And then actually a change not related to the world generation. Whoa, what is this? So from now on, the horse, the mule and the donkey will actually follow you if you hold golden apples, enchanted golden apples or golden carrots. So these are the items you use to breed these three animals. But previously they didn't follow you around when you held them in your hand. Now they will though, and that's super useful if you want to just bring your horse somewhere without riding it. Or maybe you haven't gotten a saddle yet, but you want to lead a horse somewhere. These could be super useful and you don't need to lead anymore for these. And similarly, any kind of llama will now follow hay bales, as you can see. So previously, of course, if you ride llamas, you can't control them. And otherwise, to bring them somewhere, you need to use leads or fishing rods or whatever. But now you can just use a hay bale to lead them around. And indeed, hay bales are the item you need to use on llamas to breed them. But now they will also follow it around. Beautiful. And they say that's all. No, wait. One more thing. Is this apple? What is this? Almost forgot about the swamps. Of course, yes, we haven't gotten a swamp change yet in this update. So for every experimental snapshot, there has been some sort of change to the swamps. So let's see what it is this time. Well, here we are in a swamp, probably the saddest swamp you've ever seen. But it's actually a good indication of what's going on here. So swamps can now generate in dry areas. So for example, we're here in a shadowed savanna, we see some acacia trees right here, and we see a swamp generate right next to it, so that's now possible. So they couldn't in last snapshot, which seems to make sense, but it turned out that sometimes a very small area will be drier than the surrounding area, and this would cause microbiome issues, like a small desert generating inside of a swamp. So now swamps should be less fragmented, and yes, of course, the swamps appreciate that, because swamps are living things apparently now. Is this Minecraft lore? What is going on? Well, anyway, there we go. Those are all the additions, changes, and fixes in Minecraft 1.18 Experimental Snapshot 6. Once again, if you want to check out the tweets by the developers over the last week, revealing some very interesting details, then check out the video linked in the top right hand side of your screen. But anyway, there we go. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, then please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Minecraft 1.18 videos. I want to thank my tier member, the Smikkelaar. Thank you so much for becoming a tier 3 member. If you also want to become a member, click the blue join button below the video to check out the different tiers. There we go. I hope you all enjoyed this video and hope you all in the next one. So until then, bye bye.